Alrighty guys, what is up? Welcome back to Factorio with LD7, and today we are going to be finishing up our steel production little factory guy that we've got going over here. So I need to go pick up some more inserters. I did set up that, whatchamacallit, last time, the furnace factory that I should have built that a long time ago, because we're going to need furnaces, in all honesty, but that's fine. It's building furnaces for us. We'll go grab some more once we place all these inserters up here. But we're getting close to actually making some steel. I've got all the furnaces for the iron plate side of things. So all that's left is to get the steel side set up. So should be relatively easy. Well, actually, you know what? It's fine. Go ahead and place these. I didn't want to do that though. And we can put some lights on this too. Like, the template actually does call for some lights, so we can do that. Not a big deal. I actually probably, well, I've got one light, so sure. Then we've got some lights so we can see what's going on. Not a big deal though. Let's go run up. We'll grab the rest of the furnaces. It looks like I need to put the power poles in for the steel side of this, actually, so it's fine. We'll grab another 12. I think that'll be enough to finish off this factory, which will be nice. Once we have steel being made, we can start considering upgrading some of these furnaces to the tier 2 or the steel furnaces, which would be good, in all honesty. So I am actually gonna set that right there. We'll need to go one more time. Damn, we were too short. We were too short. That sucks. Alright, fine. So we'll put one right there. Cool. So at least it'll start. So we will start getting at least some steel being made out of this. It won't be a whole hell of a lot, but once everything's online, it'll actually do pretty good. I will add a few more drills to our iron production as well, because we're going to want more iron ore, most likely. It's already running low, and it's not like this is really running full steam. So we'll bear that in mind, but not a big deal. I guess what I could do in the meantime here is place a buffer chest until we decide where we're going to connect this into the factory. So we'll just build a quick little chest, put this guy on the end, and we'll put a fast inserter because we'll probably need it in order to fill that up. So there's that. We are getting closer to being able to research everything, so we need this blue science packs, and then I think we've got everything we're gonna need in order to get stuff set up. So, oh, I forgot to place the splitter for the other side of this. That was dumb. Alright, fine. Set that up so this side of the factory actually gets some coal, which it needs to run. And then I guess we will add another 8 drills maybe. Might be enough. And we can always add more, like, it's not a big deal. You just gotta have the drills built, obviously, to add more. But if we bring this in like that, or, well, actually what would make more sense is to use a splitter to kind of, like, distribute it back into one belt. That's basically what that does. So we'll go ahead, place these poles, and we'll connect it up front. There we go. So that's 16 iron drills feeding this, so I'm thinking that is going to be enough. We're still doing fine on power, so that should be okay. Let's go grab the last couple of furnaces that we're going to need in order to get this fully running. And then, yeah, basically we've got steel set up, so that is good. We probably could take a look at setting up another factory of some sort that will build us the blue assembly machines. And steel furnaces, because both of those would be nice to have. I don't recall if you need stone bricks for the next level furnace, so yeah, you do. So stone bricks and steel plates. So we've got the steel plates being made, that's fine, but we don't really have stone coming in anywhere. So let's set up a little smeltery for stone brick, I guess. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. I am actually just gonna break this shit down because that's good enough. We'll break these as well so I can kind of lay out the drills the way I want them. And what we'll do, we'll just have like 2 mining stone, and then we'll put another, well, I'd prefer to have 4 mining stone in all honesty, so we'll just do it. Fine, not what I wanted, but fine. Do that, and that. Cool, so those are all running. We can't do any of those down there because we don't have the research yet, so we'll go for modular armor. That's actually a pretty good one. Then we can get some good armor, at least. One more. Okay. And I guess what we will do is we will run this over by where the steel is, so we can kind of set up the factory in one spot without too much finagling. Now, as far as this goes, probably easiest to come down this way, I guess. It's not great that I'm running through all this iron either, but, you know, you kind of make do with what you got, so whatever. We'll pass it over the top, I guess. Should work fairly well. So this will give us stone. All we need to do is put a few furnaces with some coal and this stone to make stone bricks. And then bada bing, bada boom, we will have stone bricks being built, and we can feed that with the steel into a few assemblers to build the factories that we want. So this will be stone coming on in. And honestly, what we can do here, I do want the stone to come up to like this point here, I think, just so we've got enough. But I'll split the coal off right here. And maybe what we'll do is we'll split the stone as well, just so I can have a solid, like, this is just stone or whatever. We'll put this, and this, like that. And there's a little bit, so we'll maybe set up, what, 4 furnaces for stone brick. Should be enough. I am basically out of transport belts, so that kind of sucks, but it's alright. Deal with that in a minute. Then let's get these powered. I do need to throw one up on the top here, it looks like. One right there. Okay, so those are powered at least. Start running that down. I'm gonna go pick up some more materials because we need them. We're gonna want more inserters probably. We need more transport belts primarily, which this chest probably has a few hundred, would be my guess anyhow. Yep, it did. So great, that's good. Let's go ahead and build some power poles while we're standing here. So power poles, cool. We still have plenty of copper cable, and we still have a fair amount of wood, I guess. I'm gonna just dump off this ore that I have picked up because I don't need it. So there's that. This'll... Oh, really? Are we starting to... Oh, fuck. Alright, well, we are kind of getting screwed on the power here for some reason. Are we not generating enough coal? Yeah, we're not. Okay. Alright, we need to add some more coal miners. That's fine. This is what happens when you split off of the same line a bunch of times. Like, you end up fucking yourself almost inevitably. So, that's fine. We'll go ahead and add in a few more coal miners. That'll kind of fix this. So, if I put, like, another 3 or 4 on this, it should be enough. So, like, we'll put one there. Need to break that just for a second anyway. We'll put, like, 8, I guess. That should be enough. I mean, we don't have that much, realistically speaking, going on with our power. So, like, let's just break this connection right here real fast. So we're just doing coal as opposed to powering the whole thing. Because I don't need to power the whole thing. I just need to supply enough coal. I guess what I could do, as opposed to doing this, which is kind of screwy, let's take some of the coal that I've got in this chest over here and run it down and fill up those boilers. With the extra coal miners that we just placed, we should be generating enough coal, assuming they're all running optimally, to power everything without too much difficulty. So I just made a mistake of not increasing the coal miners before splitting them, so that's my bad. Don't do that. Be better than me. Anyway, so here we go. Throw in 50 coal in each of them. Sure. And I mean, I could, in theory, also just, like, put a little chest over here and have it spit out all this coal. That could work, too. So let's just do that. Sure. All the coals. Put all the coals in there so our power stays up. Because, yeah, I mean, when everything's running, we're producing 11.5 and we're only using 7.5 megawatts. So, I mean, we should be fine on power. It's just, it ran out of fucking coal. So, there we go. I'm thinking that these 8 will be enough to keep everything going. We could also add a couple more right here. Be 14 total. Granted, these 6 don't feed into the power generation, but if this belt here is full of coal, then this split, or this split right here, won't go anywhere, so that should help a little bit anyway. Let's do landfill, I guess. Sure, why not? It looks like we've got enough iron ore coming in. We've got a fair amount of steel. We've got the belt, so we can actually kind of hook this up now. And I might actually, I think I will put these into a chest, just so we have a little bit of a buffer of stone brick, because sometimes, like, stone brick you can use to build walkways and stuff like that. So sometimes it's good to have a buffer of these kind of materials, so we'll just do that. As far as the actual building, it's just stone brick and steel plate, so all we need to do is run something like this right on down. This will be the input line. Put down some assemblers, so I guess put like 2 maybe building this. It's probably enough. Then we can put 1, 2, throw 1 like that, connect up the power. 2 more like this, run them up this way, or actually what might make more sense, if I spread these 1 farther apart, I can have them both input to the same chest. I think that's right. No, they need to be again 1 more. So here, that's fine, not a big deal. Try to min-max as much as possible, I guess, but so we can do that. They can input to a buffer chest right here. Set the next research. I guess we'll do battery next. Sure, why not? Who the fuck cares? And I'm gonna limit this to only produce 200 of them, but I can start making steel furnaces. Cool. So that'll feel pretty good. Not too bad. Pretty simple setup, all things considered. I could speed this up a little bit by putting on a second fast inserter. I will need to throw 1 more power cable in, but just because it is taking 2 items, so it makes sense to do that, I guess. But there we go. So now we've got steel furnaces being automatically built, so that is good. Simple factory, but still worth building one, because you're going to want to upgrade all your furnaces to steel eventually anyway, because it will improve your production and all that kind of stuff, so might as well do it now. I don't understand why this is 1 too long, but whatever. Anyway, I'm going to fix that real quick, because that'll drive me crazy. Because I don't need it to be this long, because the belts end right there. Anyway, so there we go. We got that kind of set up. So steel is being produced, which we'll need for other stuff too. So like the blues take steel and stuff like that, and I believe blue science packs, you have to have steel set up for those as well. So whatever, we'll be ready to go for that. But it is good we already have 20 steel furnaces, so that is fucking awesome. Now, we are going to need to gather some oil, so we need to start making some pump jacks, which does take steel, so grab a couple hundred, I guess, of that. Maybe like 5 of them? 10 of them? Probably enough. And yeah, I know I should be doing all this inside of a, assembler as opposed to in my inventory, but I don't really give a shit, so whatever. We also need some stone bricks for the refineries that we're gonna need, so we can we'll build 2 of those as well, I guess. And then I should have enough left over. We'll build 3 storage tanks, I guess, just so we got them. Granted, I should build a factory to make all this stuff, as opposed to doing it all by hand, but that's okay. Unfortunately, I covered the close oil with this factory, or at least most of it. Like, there's still a couple spots here, but we're going to need more than that. So I could go to the one above the copper, or I could go to this one over here. There are biters over there, though, so I don't really want to deal with that. I guess we'll go to the one that's up north. Should be good enough, all things considered. So we'll do that. Instead, we do have a full chest of copper, so that's pretty nice. We could start upgrading our iron production if we wanted. It looks like we need more copper miners, so we'll go ahead and put those guys down. I mean, we don't need them, but if we want stuff to run the way it's supposed to, we need them. So we'll put down another 2. Just so it's set up. I should be connecting them up at the front as opposed to in the back, so you can expand the line or whatever, but there we go. So there's a little bit more copper production. Stone production's fine. Coal is probably fine. We could expand that a little bit too. Yeah, so this is basically backed up now, right? So once this gets backed up, it won't matter, but see how this line is all full, right? That means that there's coal all the way down at the generators, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. They should be getting powered just fine. We'll probably want to expand our power here shortly, just so we're not, pushing our capacity and stuff like that. But we've got our oil. I am going to want to build a fair amount of pipes, so I think I will just place down a shitty fucking assembler, start building some pipes. That way I don't have to do them in my inventory, so we'll put those there. I also want some underground pipes, so this takes this and this, so what I can do, something like that. Then if I really want to get clever, I can throw down another box, put iron in it, and have it auto feed this. Put in like 300, should be enough. Alright, cool. So let that kind of do its deal. We could do solar panels, I guess. Actually, let's do advanced logistics. That feels a little bit better. So we will actually auto feed the iron into this too. Sure, why not? I need also an output chest for each of these, so they don't just sit there idle. So there and there. Actually, makes more sense to put it on this side. There we go. So now we'll get some pipes built. It's not really automated because the iron's not being supplied automatically, but that's alright. It's not that big of a deal. There's still a ton of coal in there, so like that's looking pretty good, honestly. But I just want to have some of these because we're going to have to run the oil back quite a ways to get it back to our base, whether we refine it up by the source or not. We'll probably just pipe the crude oil, is my guess. I think it'll be a little bit easier to design the factory around that as opposed to the finished products. But yeah, anyway. I think we're gonna call it here for today. We got a fair amount done. We got our steel set up. We got our steel furnace factory set up. We're making some pipes. We got a bunch of research done. So we're closing in on being able to do our blue science packs. We also need to make a couple of these chemical plants. We'll just build 2 of them for now, I think. because that's what plastic is built in, and that's what we need the oil for. But we're getting closer. We'll probably end up using a blueprint for the Blue Science Pack factory, more or less, just because it's a little bit easier than trying to min-max it with manual placements, in all honesty. So we'll take a look at that next time. We'll start working on Blue Science so we can keep on pushing through. But if you enjoyed the episode today, be sure to like, comment, subscribe as always, and until next time, this has been LD7, and we will see ya.